Hey guys, it's Kelly here. I wrote a blog post today called Being Seen So Intimately, and it was my experience and has been throughout my life. And I just thought I'd come on here and try and do a quick video because we all know how much I love videos. Um, but Spirit was saying to me, this is one that really could be out there because I know that there's a lot of twin flames, masculine and feminine, that really have struggled with being seen. Some still do, and also when I just want to explain when we have trouble being seen, and obviously it's because we're not going deeper to see ourselves, and so when that happens, it's means that we're not stepping into our true authenticity anyway, who we are. And this is something that has come up for me over the years. And anyway, so I just thought I'd share it, the blog post. And in the post, I just wanted to explain that the core wound I had within our connection, this journey, I didn't know at the time, but I discovered more recently in 2017 when I was writing my book, pardon me, and then I've worked through that, was about being seen. And so in my book, Flying Without Wings, which came out in January, true story, I talk about from a young child, from 3, and then going through my childhood years and into my teenage years, I travelled with my beautiful energy soul, which I didn't know was my twin flame then because I didn't understand the connection. I didn't understand, who we really were to each other. But my beautiful twin flame in spirit form showed me such a greater love, and I just had this incredible, unique experience of everything. Like, it was just incredible, and I'd blocked a lot of it out. And writing the book was incredible healing process for me, and I know now why Spirit said also to write this book, because it's going to help so many others too out there, with understanding energy, greater love, the power of the universe, a greater consciousness, because I was a very conscious child. So because I was also quite shy and introverted, and my beautiful twin flame showed me a love that wasn't on this earth, and I knew of a greater love, and I felt like I was but I was living between two worlds, walking with him in his world and my world. And it's hard to explain like this in a short video, so I do suggest that you perhaps get my book and you'll understand a lot more of what I'm saying. And but because of that, I knew the power of love. I knew the power of sacredness. Like, I just knew that this was this incredible sacred honor and feeling and connection I had. And I also knew just the, because of the love and protection that my twin flame in spirit form showed me, and the guidance. But it was just, it was crazy beautiful. You just have to get the book and read it. But what happened is, this beautiful experience I was having through when I was 7, there was an event that happened, something happened which is in the book. And through this, I was quite traumatized by it, because there was extreme judgment upon me, and extreme dishonor and disrespect at such a young age of myself and my energy soul. And I just want to say, until this age, I was very open. Even though I was sort of introverted and shy, I was very open to be myself. So I was quite happy showing people who I was as that young girl. And I never ever hid my energy, friend. I never hid the experience I was having, and I never hid anything. You know, I was just a little girl that felt that, wow, you know, at that time I didn't even know if others were having the same experience as me, but you know, I wondered if this is how it worked. And I thought this was pretty awesome. And I knew I was a very advanced soul, a very ancient soul. I did have all those signs where I just knew when I came in and was sort of old enough, I knew that I had kind of been here and done it all before, and etc., and all those advanced soul feelings that you have, feeling, you know, just that that loner, you know, that just that different. If you're an old soul, you know, and you're listening to this, which if you're a twin flame you will be, you'll know what I mean. But however, so getting back to the trauma, so when this happened, to me everything was just so sacred, and he was a part of me, and I could feel that. And as I say in the book, how could I express who I truly was if I didn't express him walking with me as well? And so when I had this experience and I shut down the event that happened, and the trauma, and I shut down, I was just so traumatized of what happened that it was, and it's interesting because when you read the book, you know, you might think, oh, well, that's, I mean, it's not too bad, but when you're a little girl and you're having this experience, and you hold this so sacred, and you know, you are dishonored and disrespected and judged like that, it is it's something that just, you know, it's traumatizing as a young person. So what I kind of did is then that's when I shut down, and I still traveled with my beautiful divine twin flame in spirit form, but I didn't tell anyone anymore that I could still feel him, and that I was still, you know, having conversations and things like that, because I didn't want the judgment on us, because I knew what we had was so sacred. So fast forward, oh, and that fear obviously was embedded in my subconscious. So fast forward to when I actually came face to face with him in the physical life, and I when he found me, and I didn't know though at this point what was really going on, what I was feeling, because I had really blocked and not wanted to be seen. I had blocked that part of me so incredibly well that although my subconscious was that subconscious thought and fear had been triggered, I didn't understand, I didn't have the awareness of why. So what happened is my initial response was to hide us and to keep us a secret. And, you know, I told myself and him, you know, and others, you know, a bunch of other reasons, others were later down the track, a bunch of other reasons why I did this. But in honesty, now I can see that those reasons that were valid at the time, which came from a lack of worthiness, I didn't feel worthy of him, I didn't feel, you know, there's lots of things that came from that fear, that deeply embedded fear from a little girl. But what it really was is it sort of triggered straight away that energy that I had suppressed, that I can't tell anybody about us because we'll get judged and we'll get dishonored and disrespected. And I knew that what we held was so very sacred, and I knew our soul that was so advanced was so, I just knew that we it was an honor, and then others needed to realize that honor as well, whether they understood it or not. So this is what I knew in my subconscious. So what I did is I reacted obviously to that, and therefore I shut down, and that's where the hiding continued. So how does that go with being seen? Well, everything, because I did not want to be seen myself so deeply by anyone else, and then obviously my twin, because as we know, when we come together and meet each other, and it's that initial, you're looking into their eyes and you can see yourself, see your soul through them, and you can see their soul, and it's you know how it works. So there was obviously that intensity of it, but and unknowingly I was playing out that fear, of worrying about what others would think, and and dishonoring us, and I didn't realize that I was doing that. So this has been something that's lived with me my whole life, and I did discover it. That's how deeply embedded it was when I wrote my book in 2017, and I did a lot of healing work around that, which was absolutely fabulous. And now we're in 2019, and there has still been ongoing healing around that. However, I discovered that, I really needed to get to the depths of being seen myself and not worrying about being seen by others. And out of everybody else, obviously we're the most comfortable with our twins, but that doesn't mean that we are ready to be seen from the inside out, because not the outside in, because twin flames see each other from the inside out, whereas other relationships and connections and other people, other friends and stuff, they see from the outside in. So it's a very deep, confronting connection, but it's such a beautiful honor, because that's how we help each other heal our shadows and our wounds. And your twin so beautifully, shines their light like a little flash torch, on all your shadows inside, all your fears and insecurities and wounds, so that you can heal, and then you can develop, into that beautiful self-love healing practice, and then clearing out and raising your vibration, and on it goes, into stepping into the true, beautiful, divine light being you are in your authenticity. So we really need to release, obviously, those deepest wounds to be seen. And so I wrote a blog about this. I probably could have read it to you in the time that I talked about it all. But one part I just really wanted to share from it was, and I was very much a people pleaser, I must say, my whole life. That was a self-made a self-made thing, and I did that very well, because I feared judgment in all areas of my life and myself from others. So I played it safe by just being a people pleaser, because I didn't want to endure any of that pain again. And that kind of also meant that I wasn't opening up truly to myself to be seen as well. So what happened is that as we all do, we suppress ourselves intimately as well, and transparently. And, we have to see ourselves as deep as our twin sees us. Self-love is the key to it all, but those self-love layers run deeper. And when you reach the level of opening yourself up, and opening your heart up, and every part of you, every part of us, and allowing our twin to be like inside of us, because they are us anyway, same soul, same essence, same energy. But until we do that, we often misunderstand how truly deep it goes, and how truly deep we have to go to clear that out. So what I wanted to share mainly today is that this is a big thing I feel for twins, that a lot have been going through and releasing, and these beautiful ascension energies and that are helping us with the divine masculines and feminines, and what we're doing with really bringing these gorgeous energies down and anchoring them into Mother Gaia and helping us all ascend and evolve and raise our vibrations, and therefore with clearing out all the karmic patterns and cycles, and a lot of the karmic feminines gone, and the template, and you know how it all goes. But I recently received a channeling and a message. I was chatting to God, Spirit. I have obviously, we all do have our spirit crew, and work through our highest divine self. And I work a lot directly with that God source consciousness energy, and this is what they said to me recently, and I wanted to share it with you because I felt it's really beautiful, very profound, and it really helps us see how deep we have to really be willing to open ourselves. So God said to me, Spirit, divine source, whatever label you call the consciousness, are you willing to show everything, express everything, every emotion if needed, every feeling, every part of yourself, not just emotionally, mentally, spiritually, but also physically? Are you ready for him to see every part of you, parts you hadn't seen, even yourself? To see you in every possible way, every way intimately, because he will want to. He will want to explore everything with you to the depths you both could never imagine. And you too will want to do the same with him. This is a spiritual connection whereby you are both in each other already, like you felt when you were young, that little girl growing up. You felt it. Now it's all that plus the physical as well. You have to be prepared to take yourself to places intimately with him that you have never opened before. This is the nature of who you are, your soul love and sacred connection. This is how you both return home to each other, how you both integrate as one within two physical bodies, elevating your consciousness and further integrating your divine light. The being you are. Are you ready to do this, dear one? We know you are, but it's for you to know you are. And I listened to these words, and as I listened to this coming through, I already knew that I was, and I already knew that it was coming through because I'd already, recently I had, pardon me, prior to this, I'd had this feeling of just letting go of everything and opening up, expanding in a way I'd never done before to the depths of my soul, and really I had done a lot of self-love work and shed a lot of layers and gone deep. This was a different feeling, this was like actually allowing myself to be seen by me first, so deeply. Excuse me, I have an itchy nose. And then just kind of no fear and letting go and just chilling about the whole thing. But not only allowing my twin to see me on every level and every cell of my being and every corner and every shadow and every flaw. It was about not just allowing, it was about me realizing that, oh my God, I really am excited about this. Like I really, it became, it was such a passion, it just became, I don't know how else to explain it. And just for me to be raw, completely raw and exposed in every single part of my being, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, everything, just to be raw, as if he was me, inside me, it just that feeling, when we know that we just, normally we'll hide something from people, or we'll be different when we're on our own or whatever, but it's just like, yeah, every part. And so I got really excited about that, because I finally cleared out, after years and years and years, my whole life really, of being afraid to be seen. So one of the reasons I wanted to share this is because I think a lot of divine masculine and divine feminine don't speak their truth about this, and out of fear, of seeing themselves, and out of fear of their divine beloved seeing them as well. One suppresses, so then the other suppresses, because it's in the energy field. And I think now when I look back, my divine masculine was a lot more open to me. I'm a lot more open to being seen by me than I was. And I know he felt in our energy I was suppressing, and I had fears to opening up to him, which in essence is me opening up to myself. So I guess the message I just wanted to say is to allow your twin to see you. And if you don't feel you're in a place yet where you can do that, then just go deeper and work on that, and just keep working and working and working on that until you are ready, because until you can really embody that and step into that truth in every part of you, because that is who you are as a soul. So as a soul, you are both that, so you are them and they are you. And if you incarnated as the opposite, so the divine masculine or as the divine feminine, you would be them in their body and they would be you in your body, so to speak. So you have to just get to that point to be really totally seen and yourself. And and it doesn't have to, you don't have to be perfect in any way. In fact, it's about just letting them see your flaws and the imperfections, and be you in every sense of the word. And that's all that's required. That's all it's required. It's an unconditional love. It's not about being perfect. And so I just wanted to share that with you today. And if you would, like more information about how I got through it, and just, I'm going to put this blog up as well. This is my book, Flying Without Wings by Kellie Lee. It came out in January. You can go onto my website and read the synopsis on the back as well, and it tells you how you can purchase it. And it's from bookstores in America, and it's also, you can get it in other countries if you ask the stores, but also online, Amazon and other online platforms. And you can read the first 2 chapters as well online. So that's it, Flying Without Wings. And there is other videos as well on my YouTube channel about my book, and I'm adding sort of some bits and pieces all the time. So go and check that out. And I know it would really help you in lots of different ways. There's lots of beautiful aspects to the book as well, even if you're not on this path, to in other areas of your life. And it was all spiritually guided, and by spirit, to write this book and put it out to help the level of consciousness on the planet so much. So it was really, it is in essence, I guess, a twin flame book, you could say, as I travelled with my twin. But it's not just a twin flame book. So, and I never wrote it just to be a twin flame book, because I want it to reach everybody out there, not just ones on this journey, because it really shows so much about a greater love, how love works, how the universe works, how energy works, just beautifully. And yeah, so go check the synopsis out, and if you're drawn to it, yeah, have a look. Okay, I think that's it for today. I don't know that I love writing, so I don't know if I'll ever get used to doing these videos, but I think there was something else I wanted to say, but now I can't remember what it was. Just be yourself, be you. It took me a long time to get there, and I think I was trying to be perfect along the way, and thought I had to be perfect, and you just got to be you and love yourself and know your worth, and don't be scared to be seen. And the biggest part of that is not worrying about the judgment from anybody, including your twin. And I know judgment from twins is one of the things too. It never really was for me, because I know my twin has never judged me, but I know some do struggle with that as well. Yeah. Okay, love, light and blessings to you all. Be in such gratitude. Take care. Bye.